making all that noise down below my house. And we've got the museum. Okay, just step down. Oh shit, don't fall. And there, the river. Hello friends, hello, and welcome to this card reading for the month of September. It's going to be quite an interesting ride. And rather than do a super long intro, because I looked at the last video and I'm like, wow, that was a really long intro. The only thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go into my incense box before we get started. And we've got, so we're working with sandalwood. I'm going to just light this, clear our space a little bit, and then we're going to get right into it because I don't know where September is headed. I do think, well, hold on, let's do this. Let's get our incense going. Everything kind of comes in from the left of the screen. Let's get a little clearing of our space. Take a few deep breaths and just relax a little bit. And I will share with you what is coming up here. All right. I don't have the cards on the table yet, but first I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you all so much for choosing to follow me. This is a relatively new little channel, but my other channel that's been around for quite some time, we have over 300 timeless play things over there for you to interact with on TLC for the Soul. But thank you for coming over here, choosing to join me for these little card readings. I design and create and orchestrate all my own oracle decks, so we use those all here on the show, and you could be coming from many different places and spaces to us here through my books, my podcast series, however you find me. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, welcome, settle in, see if you vibe with our tribe. And if you're returning, as always, thank you so much for choosing to have more fun with me, to escape and run away. Not escape and run away, but to, I don't know, choose the inner child in yourself and kind of have some fun with me at these magical play dates. Let's wrap us all in love light and light love, inviting the spirit guides who overlight this show, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and the Pleiadians. And before I say anything, I'm going to draw some cards and then I'll kind of share with you where we're going. I will say, take special notice of this tablescape. So all the tablescapes are created with intention for the subject matter of the reading. And this one is quite interesting because when I look at it, of course the fabric has, you know, a fold right in the middle, but it almost looks like it could be two separate screens, like one side over here and one side over here. And that is going to play into the energy this month of September. But as with a lot of the work that we do on TLC for the Soul, we run these experientials and workshops over there. They're all free. All the videos are free. And one of the things that kind of follows us throughout the years, for the past several years, we've been working with the number 3, and we had 3 keys, 3 doors, 3 dots, and the 3s are coming up again for this time period. So this reading is for the month of September, but the energies I'm talking about kind of carry us from the month of September all the way to December, and there's quite a big bunch of astrological gobbledygook going on in the sky that is contributing to this amazing thing that's going to be happening. So I'm going to share that in just a second, but I want to get 3 cards on the table first. So I'm going to be using the Guild Tarot to start out with. And I want to find out more about these 3 doors, this journey to 2023. I've got 1, 2, and 3. This is where we're going to start. So we're going to do the card reading here on this channel. This is a little bit more just generalized stuff. And then these 3 cards we're going to take over for an experiential over on TLC for the Soul. And we're going to start a little series here called The Journey to 2023. The Mandela Effect is what we're calling it. And oh, I got big chills. And that is the whole subject matter kind of what's going on with all these energies that are surround us right now. So I heard 2 different way showers in the past couple of about the last week or so in readings that I was watching, talking about this energy shift that's coming up towards the end of the year that will have us jump to a high enough, what do you want to call it, a high enough vibrational and dimensional timeline to where you will experience the Mandela Effect. So if you're not familiar with that, I don't want to go into a whole lot of explanation about it. You can go research what that is. But it's kind of like you were in one dimensional reality. It's like, oh, I thought this was always this way. And then you shift and you quantum jump. So this is like the second big quantum jump this year in a very short period of time, because we had one like back in August. So you quantum jump to a very high, they keep saying high relational timeline. It is high vibrational, but higher relational timeline and dimensional reality, to where you're like, I thought, the one that came up in the reading I was watching was Fruit of the Loom, the brand. It's like, I thought the Fruit of the Loom always had a cornucopia with fruit in it. And then when we go back and look, it's like there's never been a cornucopia there. So it's kind of like something like to that effect. So you'll have something in your reality now. You'll make the conscious choice, because everybody doesn't jump. First of all, everybody's not ready to jump. And for those that are, it's a conscious choice to make the jump. But once you do, you'll get over there and you'll be like, I thought this was always like this. Oh no, it was never like that at all, because you're in a whole new relational and dimensional reality. So that's what's available to us. Here I am doing a long intro again. From now until the end of the year. And I asked Spirit just before this reading, what are the 3 gateways that prepare us to make this jump? And they said, you have to have decided to, we have to have done the work and made the jump at Lionsgate, which was the first big quantum jump around Lionsgate. And then it's Mercury retrograde, Uranus and Taurus, and the full moon in Pisces. And if you can do whatever shadow work and preparatory work comes up for you at those gateways, then prior to the eclipses, there's like this, they're saying it's kind of right around Samhain time. I think the first eclipse is the day before Samhain. Right around Samhain time is when you'll consciously make that jump, if you're ready to do it. I can't wait. And then you'll be like, oh, I thought, I don't know what it was. I thought this tin always had crows on it, and then there won't be any crows or something. Okay, so let's flip over the 3 cards that we have. So we have, what is this? King of Cups in reverse with inspiration. It looks very Pisces. That might be our Pisces full moon. It's 2 fish. They said the Pisces full moon. And the Pisces full moon, I think, is the next lunation. It's the full moon of September, on September the 10th. So that will be one of the first gates. We're already kind of in the Uranus and Taurus energy, and Uranus is in retrograde in Taurus. That's the other big thing happening right now, is the Uranus retrograde. I just did, the last reading I did here on the channel was on that. And with that energy, we go from now, well, when the retrograde started a few days ago, to the first week of January. So let's see what we've got here. We've got the Hangman. And then we've got the 4 of Cups is that even a word? Satiety? Like I'm fulfilled. This is like all my 4 cups are filled and they're balanced. This Southern Cross keeps coming up for me. I don't know what it is. This also looks like the Wheel of Fortune right here. And the Wheel of Fortune has been coming up a lot in readings that I've been watching. So I think this is our 3 gateways. Our full moon in Pisces, our Uranus in Taurus, and our Mercury retrograde. So let's draw some cards to find out what this Mandela Effect timeline jump is going to be bringing us. What is it all about? Obviously, it's higher reality, higher relational realities. Higher relational reality. So let's use Shaman's drum for that. Boop. And let's just see what is coming through. So it's bringing us the ability to stand even like stronger in our truth. When you're true to your heart, then no one can sway you. And we've been doing a lot of work. So I think it's not so much that there'll be work to be done. It'll be like all the work that you've done now will allow you in this higher relational reality to completely stand in your truth and to not have to answer to anyone. Like, I don't have to tell you, it gets sassy, I don't have to tell you why this is the way it is or why I want this pink velour platform bed that I want. I don't have to explain anything to you. That's just the way it is. What's coming up? Oh, because I had to go into a diatribe with someone about why I wanted a pink platform bed. Anyway, so you've done enough work that you are able to stand up for yourself, speak your truth, not really care about not that you won't care about the consequences, because that sounds a little reckless, but that you are just like, you know, if Flojo over there, Flojo's a real person, right? If Mojo or whoever doesn't like what I have to say, well, then just so be it. That's their thing. So there'll be space. This higher relational space is like you get to do you and not really worry about what anybody else thinks. All right, what else? What else is going on in this reality? This Mandela Effect reality. Are you going to flip? Bow and arrow. You have everything within you to protect yourself. No harm can come against you. So, just speaking from experience, every time I've gone through a gate, or like this year, every time I've gone through a portal or a gate, I've gotten stronger. And I can feel it like when I'm doing my own energy clearing and I'm energizing my aura with light. I can feel the energetic field around me like super strong now. If I just kind of push my hands against it, it just seems like it's increased in yumminess. I don't know, like strength, like it feels really strong. And so I think that all the work that we've done now, you realize like nothing is going to pull me away from my peace, because number one, I'm not going to let it. If something tries to, I know how to deal with it. I know how to take those thought forms that I've created and transmute them in the violet fire, or I know how to take those thought forms and release them to the higher realms and let the angelics take care of redistributing that energy. Or I know how to work with my own energetic field. I know how to work with energy. And I just keep getting stronger and more confident. And nothing, like nothing is going to stop me now kind of thing. So that's the other thing being offered in this reality is there's no more like, yes, you need to protect your energy, but it's no more like, oh, Oogie Boogie's out to get me. It's like, well, come on. I mean, yeah, you want to come and try to like mess with me? Be careful, because I know how to deal with that energy now. Not that I'm going to do anything against you, like in harm, but I know what to do with my energy to be able to protect myself from anything that you're trying to throw my way. And if you feel like you don't know, then you need to come join us over on TLC for the Soul, because that's where we do a lot more in depth of like, okay, well, Oogie Boogie is coming towards me and trying to mess with me. Here's how we energetically deal with that in our own field. I feel like there's one more. I feel like everything here is happening in the powers of three. What's the other thing that's coming with this? I'm just going to call it the Mandela world for now. I don't know what else to call it. Brave. He who loves, he who fights, he who rides. Gosh, this could be taken many different ways. Which way do you want me to read it? They're saying all of them. Number one, for my divine masculine out there who are watching, and your numbers are increasing. More of the divine masculine SOS series on my other channel is getting watched now through the analytics. I've been taking a look at that. But more divine masculine are coming into their power. And if you're a divine masculine who's been doing the work, then you obviously making the jump to conscious choice, and you're coming in as the brave. And he looks super like, well, it's kind of hard to see him behind there, but he looks pretty confident in what he's doing. These are like our warrior souls who know how to fight darker energy, who know how to who know how to love a woman right. What kind of guides are here? Pleiadians who know how to love a woman right. And for my singles out there, or anyone, I don't care what single is not the right word, for anyone trying to manifest a more higher relational, higher dimensional partner, then those are the types of energies that are available to take advantage of in this new Mandela Effect reality. So any divine feminine for looking for a divine masculine, you're going to be coming up against the highest version of a divine masculine that you could possibly have access to right now are the ones that are going to be making this jump. Woohoo! All right. It's exciting. So there. And so the same thing for you, divine masculine. If you're looking to manifest a divine feminine, you're going to, for those feminines that make the jump to this Mandela reality, this relational reality, you're going to have the awesome pickings. Well, obviously, it's not just that, there's karmic soul contracts and all that, but you're finally going to be able to, if you've had your eye on someone and they make that jump, you're going to be getting like the best of them because they have done so much work. They're definitely ready to be ready for you now. Let's just put it like that. All right. What's next here? So let's take a look then at the 3 doors. This full moon in Pisces. And what do we need to do to prepare for this full moon in Pisces? This is Tarot at the End of the Rainbow. Oh, you guys, too, if you watch me regularly, then I've been talking about the fact that I see a lot of double rainbows from my window in my bedroom, like the same exact space. Like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, I've seen 3 double rainbows. And then I woke up the other morning and out the other window, I had just happened to like scooch over to look out the window when I woke up right at sunrise, and there was a double rainbow on the right side. So they've all been on the left side, to the left of me, and then I had double rainbow to the right of me, and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I can't believe it. But all right, full moon in Pisces. What do we need to do to prepare for this full moon in Pisces? Knight of Swords. Look at the head. It's all like rainbows. I don't even see the face. Look at the full moon too. It's kind of like, number one, congratulate yourself for how far you've come. Number two, stop it. Get on your bad motor scooter and ride. What are the lyrics to that song? Let me see. Oh, I can't look them up on here. Here, let's just see. Is that a mantra? Let's just see if there's anything pertinent. I have to go walk and get my other tablet. Let's just see if there's anything pertinent. Yeah, Montrose. I was right. The lyrics are: if you get lonely on your daddy's farm, just remember I don't live too far, and there's a red bridge that arcs the bay. You'll be at my place in less than a day. So get on your bad motor scooter and ride up over to my place and stay all night. So maybe there's a little. This came up too in a September reading I was watching, where it's kind of like there's this energy out there for like hooking up, I guess. So get on your bad motor scooter and ride up over to my place and stay all night. First thing in the morning, we'll be feeling all right. Get on your bad motor scooter and ride. Oh, this is the nostalgia. Oh, the last time I saw your face, I swore that no one would take your place. Now since you've been gone, I've been feeling bad. I'd come out to your place, but I'm afraid of your dad. And then it's just like, get on your bad motor scooter and ride. Oh, but I said, what do we need to do to prepare? So, okay, we need to clarify. We need to clarify that. So I'm trying to use these autumnal decks that I created. All right, coming in on the left. So I've got bubble. Let's just clarify this. Knight of Swords is very like, whoa. How do you prepare for the full moon by? I think it's like opening up to your sensuality. I'm actually getting a lot of Kundalini fire feeling right now. Like, is my dress on fire? What's happening here? Let's see what these two cards are. Yeah, there's some Kundalini. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Like the Kundalini is rising through the masculine and the feminine and kind of coming up through the crown, like serpents rising. So we clarified that with magic is all around you if you just look. And, boundaries. You need to strengthen your shield. Why do we just keep going down and ever increasing? What do we need to do to prepare? It's three things again. To prepare for the Pisces full moon, we need to keep doing our spiritual work, our meditation. There's some shadow work to be done around the feeling into your sensual side and not being afraid to express your sexual self, I guess, for lack of a better word. There's some magical energy coming through at that time. So magical energy to me is like an energy stream you can take advantage of. You can say, okay, I want to tap into this magical energy stream. And that's when you kind of dive into some of these different scapes. I don't know what else to call them, like energy scapes. So I want to go play in Lemuria. I want to go play in Avalon. Like we do a lot of experientials on the other channel. And I think that's a lot of like tapping into the magical energy stream. And then boundaries and strengthening your shield, I would say in relation to the song we just read about and people coming back from the past, like not everyone is part of this upgrade. So people are coming back that could be lower vibrational folks from the past, meaning they haven't been doing much work or any work at all. And so pay attention to how you feel. Like don't jump at the first chance you get to like hang out with somebody. Just really feel into the energy and let yourself be guided by your own internal senses and how your body feels. You may have to pull pull back out of the passion feeling of energy. Get out of your sacral for a minute and get into your heart space, and really pay attention if there's any red flags. Don't ignore the red flags. So here's what can happen. We can get caught up in the passion. We can also get caught up in the like, oh, I've been dreaming about this person. So like intuitive promptings have been coming to you about a particular person. This is what could happen. Intuitive promptings are coming to you about a particular person around this Pisces full moon time. You may be dreaming about them. They may just pop into your mind space or your 3D third eye or whatever. And it's like, yes, but pay close attention to any red flags you see. And to take it from experience, don't ignore the red flags. You can choose to ignore them, but you will go down a long, bumpy, tumultuous ride. And if you really want to grow your soul, then, you know, choose that long, bumpy, tumultuous ride. I mean, you'll have a long, interesting ride where that catalyst helps you grow your soul. But if you want to forego that and take a shortcut away from that, because maybe you've already learned that lesson before and you don't need to learn it anymore, you don't need to get in that kind of a loop, then pay attention to red flags coming up at this time. My water. All right, let's move on to the second one, which was Uranus in Taurus and the retrograde. So what is that? What deck am I doing there? Oh, I'm doing the bubble. Hold on. What guidance do we have around this Uranus and Taurus? So that is happening from now until January, and it's as the second door into getting into this Mandela reality. We've got two cards. We've got get creative, get goofy, have fun, make a silly face pumpkin. Just tap into your creative side and look, face your fears. They have no power over you. I think many of you are getting intuitive promptings right now to do some different things, some new things. There's a lot of new energy and not a lot of new creative energy streams coming out, and don't be afraid to have fun with it and take advantage of it. Get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try to have some fun, and don't think about all the what ifs. So right now I'm collabing with a soul sister on a little special project. I'm not going to say what it is yet because I think y'all will be really excited about it. But a few months ago, I might not have been ready to do that. It might have been like, oh, I don't want to. I might not have. I don't know why. And it just suddenly came up in my mind. I was like, this person is a really amazing artist. And I think it would be, and then the idea, Spirit kind of gave me the idea, like, wouldn't that be kind of fun? And I was like, yes, let's do it. And I didn't take any time necessarily to think about, but what if this? And what if that? And what if, nobody cares about this thing we're working on? Like, I didn't think about any of that. I was like, let's just jump in and do this little project and have fun with it. So those types of opportunities are coming up. But if you're still kind of living in fears of the past, like, oh, well, that project I did with some other person in the past never worked out, so I don't like working with people again. I don't like working with anybody else. I'm a solo person. There's opportunities with this Uranus and Taurus in retrograde to face up to those fears, get out of your comfort zone a little bit and have some fun, and just make some magic too. Make something magical. Well, that was pretty easy. And then the last one we have is the Mercury retrograde. That's coming up here September the 9th through October I don't have the dates in front. I think it's like the 4th or the 5th or something. So that's the third door in to this weigh-in, to this Mandela thing. So what do we need to do to prepare for that? That's a lot of freaking cards. Do I take all of those? 3, Okay, it's 6 cards. Let's just look at what they have to say. We got withered. It was time to move on, but for some reason Megan couldn't seem to leave. She wanted to, she just didn't know how. Megan's guardian angel looked over her shoulder. She was being led to a better place, and all she had to do was allow. So just allow for what's, if you're into the for Mercury retrograde, I think the problem lies in the fact that people are always like, Mercury retrograde is gonna like screw everything up, and it's like, just flow with it. Don't think about what's happened in the past. Like, we know it always has like glitchy tech and all that. Like, that's just a given that stuff like that could be glitchy. But for me, like, Mercury is my ruling, I'm a Gemini sun. Mercury is like my ruling planet. I'm like, I always usually have pretty darn good Mercury retrogrades. So just open up to the energy stream of Mercury retrograde, knowing that it's the 3rd door into this new Mandela Effect reality that you want to high jump into, and just kind of flow with it. The second thing is to, why does this look so blurry? Spooky. That's funny, Emily thought. The lights were on in the house when I left to take Benny trick-or-treating. Benny thought it was funny to play little jokes on his sister. He was known for being a mischievous trickster. Again, I think it's have fun with it. Have fun with the energy. And there could be some trickstery energy around. We just talked about it over here. But this one, they're saying, is kind of like all in good fun type of trickstery energy. Your guides sometimes our guides get a little cheeky with us. And I think that's like, just play with the spooky energies that are around. In the northern hemisphere, it's the autumnal energies. Play with the autumnal energies that are around. Same thing in the summer. You're coming up on Beltane, and the veil gets thin right around now. Right around now. And there's that same kind of passion and sensuality energy in the air, and there's that same like, fiery, fun type of energy when you think about dancing around the maypole. So have fun with the trickster spirits that are out there. And know that if you've come this far and you're as a high vibration as you are, you're not attracting anything. You're attracting playful spirits. You're not attracting, some dark thing. They're just spirits that want to have fun and play. We work a lot on this channel with many different types of spirit guides. We've got vamps we work with, and not everybody's comfortable with some of that. I've got a mist vamp and an earthen shamanic vamp who really kicked my butt. The other day we had some amazing energy streams come up when we tapped in with him. So come play with us over on TLC for the Soul if you want to tap into some more like fun little trickstery guides. Next, coming in on the left, bereft. Nothing lasts forever. What do you need to do to prepare? Let the past go. Just let the past go. We just talked about that. I don't think we have to, in all its forms. The key, the puzzle piece is just let the past go. Daydream. When Brandon first saw Penny, he couldn't stop thinking about her. He wondered if she felt the same way. Penny needed to know if Brandon really cared for her. She tried to work up the courage to ask him, but all she could do was daydream about what he might say. So I think this goes, wow, we got almost all story cards here. What I find here is if you are manifesting a special someone, especially if they're a soul flame divine counterpart, you are of a higher vibration now, to where the heart map. This sounds like people who are manifesting someone who is just going to drop into their reality as part of this jump into the Mandela reality. It's like we make the jump to the Mandela reality, and suddenly the soul contract gets activated, so to speak. And so up until now, or up until then, which we just said was the end of October, up until then, you may be working in the 5D with this person. And there's a lot of telepathy going on right now. And I find I have the best access to that when I'm in like a daydreamy state. Telepathy will come through. So play with that a little bit and see, if someone pings you. Now, this is not just out of the blue. This person will have been in your energy field for a while. You will be very comfortable with their energy. It's not like just some mojo. There we go with mojo and dojo again. Flojo. It's not like just some random energy drops in and starts having a telepathic conversation with you. This has been an energy that would have been in your field for quite some time, and you're comfortable with it, but you don't know anything about it other than it's this energy that's out there somewhere. So it's like you have yet to meet this person in the 3D. So you've been having kind of like 5D higher self conversations. You've been dreaming about this person. We talked about this before on the other channel. You may have been astral projecting to each other, and now you're having more frequent telepathic communication with this person. So that's on the table. Like, just play and have fun with that. The next card is Legends. Oh, we've gotten this card before. Were werewolves real? Randy wasn't sure, but he had seen that strange shape with the glowing eyes peeking at him through the fog last night on his run. Surely he was imagining things. The gray wolf had smelled something tasty and delicious on his nightly rounds. Terrence didn't know what had come over him, but tonight the moon was full and he must go out again. This is kind of that, the card for this, original card for this was satiating, feeling satiated. And that's kind of what this reminds me of in a way. It's like, I've just got to do this. Like you're getting this desire, not fire and desire. Am I going to have Rick James and Tina Marie come in again? We channel as part of our Twin Flame series. We'll call it Twin Flame, but as part of our Soul Flame series or whatever on the other channel, we channeled Tina Marie and Rick James a while back, way back. I don't know if it was last year. But it's like this fire and desire, this like saliva in the mouth, increasing, like salivating. Either it's like salivating over this project, salivating over this person. Like let yourself feel into the energy that's around you, rather than just looking at it with your 3D eyes. Like experience it with all your senses. I'm really interested in feeling this quantum jump through these 3 doors. Like, what does it feel like? And how do you know you've jumped? That we're gonna go deeper with that in this experiential we're gonna do on the other channel. And then the last card is someone is looking out for you. You're not in this alone. Your guides have been with you through thick and thin, through this whole darn thing, through this whole process, through this whole awakening. I saw a video, what was it? That there was some transits coming up that are completing a 9-year cycle that started back in 2012. It's especially potent for soul flames and divine counterparts. And your guides have been with you through this whole thing. What it's taken, the work that you've done through many, many years, could have been consciously doing for quite some time now, along with your guides. You've never been alone. Has all been leading you to this moment of what's going to be, at this point in time on the planet, the highest relational dimensional reality you'll have access to. And you're being given the go-ahead, if this resonates with you and you make that choice and you step through these 3 gates, you're being given that go-ahead to jump into that reality. And I did have a dream last night. It was quite interesting. I was in a very high mystery school, like way up in the angelic dimensions. It was so spooky because we were in like this super high-rise like building, like you couldn't even see the ground. I was so scared. We were on the roof and we were going through a graduation ceremony, and it was very kind of very poignant because it's like, what do we do now? Like everybody that was there with me, we were kind of like, this is awesome, but like, what do we do now? And what I did see come through was I saw some of the teachers that I've been watching. who've been doing this work consciously even longer than we have, since like the 90s, consciously doing work with people like this. They were up there and they were like exhausted. One way shower that I watch all the time was up there, and she was basically like, "Oh, I'm so busy," and she was like, it was crazy. And I was having a meeting with her in the dream, and she was like so overtaxed with energy stuff that she had to do, that she was like, "I'm eating on the run and I'm running and I'm doing," and I was like, "Whoa, these folks are ready for us to graduate and for us to move into leadership positions and do service work alongside some of our friends that need a little bit of a break." So maybe if you resonate with, coming out and doing service work, energy healing work, whether it be, I'm getting big chills, either in your own community, big chills there, either opening your own. It sounds like there's opportunities coming up for people to open up their own shop, their own healing space. So there's chills. Come online and open, start a channel, put up services on your website, start helping people. The doors are now open for that. And don't let the past hold you back, because it may have been like, well, I tried that before and it didn't work out. It's like, that was all testing ground for, number one, do you have the perseverance and the strength to keep going through adversity? Number two, is this what you really want to do? If you've tried over and over and over again, and you're still coming back to it, even though you feel like they're saying you feel like a failure, even though you feel like you failed in the past, now's the time to pick up and try it again. The energy is opening up for that now. And where you may have been like a student of the mystery schools all this time, you didn't really realize it. I'm like, why didn't y'all just tell me? I was like, still needed to graduate before I could like step out even more or something. I don't know what it is. But why didn't you just tell me? It reminds me of Jack Black in School of Rock, where he goes into the classroom as the Mr. Schneebly. He's pretending to be the Mr. Schneebly substitute teacher, and the kids are all just hanging around doing nothing and doing stuff. And then he hears them overhears them in music class, and they all can play like amazing musical instruments. And he's like, "Why didn't you just tell me that you were so talented?" It's kind of like that diatribing on that, but it's kind of like that. All this time, why didn't you just tell me I needed to graduate from this school of higher learning before I could move forward even more? All right, let's give one final message for this whole shebang, this whole 3 cards. 3 doors, this whole Mandela Effect thing. Let's see what advice we've got. I'm going to pull out the Animal Kin Oracle cards by Sarah Wilder. See what little animal wants to support this whole 3 dots. The shark. Look at that beautiful hammerhead shark. Oh, he's so cute. I love hammerhead sharks. Instinct. So let's read from that. Let's just wrap up this reading. Let's go look at shark. The book has the teeniest, tiniest handwriting. Or handwriting, you know what I mean. Shark is part of the earth element. Number 36, which is a 9. This 9 has been very... 9s have been coming up. 36. I'm going to show you the font in this book. It's so small. Oh my God. It's so super tiny, so I have to pull it away so I can read it. It says, take charge and move with conviction. Where is this? Sharks rule the ocean. They use their primal instincts and intuitive connection with their natural environment to autonomously survive and remain at the top of the food chain. Well known that sharks we just talked about using all the senses, have a strong sense of smell and can detect blood in the water, even from a long distance away. This ability allows them to find an easy meal in the form of an injured creature, without the need for exerting energy hunting and chasing prey. Using their natural instincts and abilities this way, sharks prioritize ease and flow in their lives and always choose the fastest and most direct route to reaching what it is they desire, urging you to trust yourself, go with your gut, and boldly take action based on your true instincts and highest inner wisdom. The shark is a symbol of survival, clear perception, Trusting your internal guidance. They teach us that because we can't see something, here we go, this is what we were saying, because we can't see something doesn't mean it isn't there. They teach us that surrendering to the unknown path ahead allows us to rely on our innate gifts. Trust into your body and spirit on where your easiest and best pathway will be to get what it is that you seek. That's pretty much sums up everything we've just talked about. All right, guys, I'm going to end this reading here and take these 3 doors that we're talking about, Mercury retrograde, the Uranus, Taurus retrograde, and the Pisces full moon, and we're going to go play and do an experiential and dive deeper into these energies and how you can best prepare for them over on TLC for the Soul. Thank you so much, though, for joining me here, and we will see you all again next time. Take care.